Hello, hello. My name is Annie and today I'm doing my cash unstuffing for the month of February. I hope you've all been well. I've been very busy. I've been meaning to film these more frequently, but I just haven't had the time. So I have been keeping track of my weekly expenses. February, let's have a look. But I just haven't been unstuffing. February, yeah. So I use my little diary just to keep track of all of my expenses, also what I'm cooking. I haven't been cooking much this month. And February being a short month, 28 days, it kind of screws with the bill cycle. But either way, I've got a lot of quarterlies that came out this month. So we begin with buying coffee beans for the month, $57. I got some baskets for the home, just organising things around like cable storage and that kind of thing. So $18. Shopping, groceries, hosting. I had an event which I did a charcuterie board for. I had a Thai takeaway on the Friday. And my sister-in-law had actually gifted me a Woolworths gift card, which I did use. Yearly subscriptions for streaming, for TV. And so week one was $244.02. Week 2 of Feb, I bought some like cupcake wrappers and muffin, wrappers. Supermarket stuff, toilet paper, $21.60. And I have not been getting many Friday night takeaways. Just got to watch the weight a little bit. Also, I have an event coming up, which is a very expensive event out, which I decided I would just take out of regular groceries and eating out. Internet bill, $89, and Kmart, $42.50. Again, more storage options. I just needed to declutter my apartment a little bit and, make things a little bit more efficient. So week 2 spend was $306.24. Week 3 spending, let's have a look. Apple Cloud subscription, I bought some cleaning materials, $18.27. Just like refills of counter surface spray. Fun and boring adult stuff. More supermarket stuff. I made my own frozen meals, so I do things like dumplings, and this time I did wontons. So, I have meals in my freezer up the wazoo. Phone bill, tools. I bought a stud finder for my walls. I've lived in my place now for 3 full years. Coming up, this will be year 4 of the mortgage very, very soon. And I just decided, you know what? I'm putting holes in my walls. I'm putting holes in my walls to drill in my art. And my walls. I bought a stud finder. My dad was like, are you sure you know how to do this? I was like, yeah, I'm not stupid. I just didn't have the tool before. Anyway, it's up on the walls permanently now. I'm a little bit miffed. The central stud where I had to hit isn't exactly in the center of my cabinet that it hangs above. It's a little bit about that much off center. So I'm thinking about moving that cabinet a little bit over so it's in the middle, but I had to drill 4 holes into the wall, right? And of where the central stud went, I was like, fine, I'll hit 1 stud just to put two what are they called? Holes, 2 screws in there. Yeah, my eye twitches a little bit every time I look at it, but whatever. I might move the cabinet over a little bit. So, tools, because I'm handy. I mean, to be fair, I do have a toolbox at home here. I have basically, your basic stuff, a hammer, a couple of nails, a couple of screws, screwdriver, that kind of thing. So, always handy to have on hand. Electricity bill was $85.56 for the month before. I anticipate my bill this coming month to be a little bit higher than that. I've had the aircon on in the afternoons. Actually, it's actually quite hot right now. What does it read? 31 degrees my thermostat reads right now. So I'm probably going to turn on the aircon after this. But, really, I'm cheap. I'm so cheap. Honestly, the thought of spending money on aircon hurts me a little bit, even though I'm like, oh, it's a bit hot. I'm like, no, sweat is the body's natural way of burning calories. Speaking of calories, I've been keeping track of my weight. The cutting down on the takeaway actually does help. But whatever. No, I might turn it on. I'm not that epically cheap. I did buy the fan for my room a few months ago, like 2 months ago. I've been sleeping with the fan on all night long, and it does help, just cool to circulate air. I got some stuff for some art. I still haven't hung this one up. Just for the entryway when you walk into my apartment. I've kind of got it placed on the wall, masking taped, and I've been walking past it every day just to see whether I like it or not. I'm undecided. We'll see. Anyway, week 3 was a higher spend, $396.14. I haven't been doing anything crazy, okay? It hasn't been an insane kind of spending because I've been working. Speaking of that, I actually got a message from someone in my building who was like, hey, I'm just checking in on you. I haven't seen you in a while. And I hadn't replied to some of her messages, actually. So, nothing crazy. I just didn't want to be sending messages at, midnight. Yeah, I'm that kind of person. I keep late hours, and I think, all right, it's already 12:30, a.m. I can't send her a message now, and then I forget the next day, right? Anyway, so I responded to her, and she's like, oh, thank God. It was this close to sending out, a missing persons report. Yeah. Actually, this is actually not the first time that people in my building have thought I've gone missing. I was away for work for, 7 days. I didn't tell anyone. And people tried to call me, but I was in a really, kind of remote area, right? And, I'm not with Telstra. So when you leave the major cities, right, if you go to country New South Wales, country Queensland, I think you need to be on Telstra or you don't get any reception and you're not getting 4G, 5G out there anyway, right? So, that time actually one of my neighbours on my floor was like, your phone goes straight to voicemail. I couldn't get through to you. I was like, are you dead or something? Maybe we should send the dog and have a sniff of the apartment. I was like, not dead, but, rumours of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Yeah, but pretty funny, but all cleared up. Not dead. Anyway, the last week of Feb, I got some snacks, just I think 2 or 3 packets of chips, which were cheaper to buy on Amazon. $11.34, Aldi, some fruit, that kind of thing. And the big ones, the bills. Sydney Water, $187.72. That's for the quarter. Now, I know Sydney Water is going up by like a factor of 20 to 25% this year. So I need to factor this into new bills. The majority of my bill is sewage. So my usage is actually really, really tiny. It's like 20 something bucks, right, out of this for the quarter. The rest of it is, thank you for being a homeowner and supporting the infrastructure, which is old and aging, right? Cashback, $1.87.88. Again, from my bank ING, which I still have that referral code for in my description box of $125 for new customers if you sign up to it. So, check it out if you are interested in opening a new bank account. Speaking of banks, mortgage interest rates went down. The RBA cut interest rates by 25 basis points. My bank has not yet put that into effect. It'll be coming next week after, might I add, my mortgage repayment comes out. So that puts an extra $70 a month back into my bank account. Yay. I mean, I'm grateful for $70 a month, but like in the context of things, my mortgage has gone up by an extra 15 grand a year. So like, yay. But like I said, water is going up by 25% a year. So there's that money gone. Oh yeah, health insurance, by the way, is going up on April 1st. Thank you, government, for freaking approving that. Health insurance came out $78.60, so who knows what the freaking rise will be. I haven't got the letter telling me how much yet. Council, $346.30. That came out today. And strata levy of $1,151.92. Of course, everything is up. So, getting back my $70 a month has already been chewed up anyway. So the final week of this month was $1,828.87. Mostly bills. Yeah. So, fun. This month, in February, I spent a total of $2,775.27. Let's unstuff. Bills and utilities. A lot of things came out this month, a lot of quarterlies. So I started the month with $1,840 and I'm ending the month with $1,270. So taking out 5, 6, 20, putting back 50. So I've got 1,100, 250, 70. $1,270, yeah. I also have my yearly offset fee coming out next month, so that's going to reduce this quite a lot. And contents insurance is coming up soon in a couple of months, so yeah, fun. Council rates, a quarterly bill for me. I had 100, 200, 300, 400, whole thing's coming out, and I've got $50 left. So basically $350 a quarter. Strata levy, the big one, $1,155, $1,155. Whole thing's empty. I have zero, and my building's financial year is actually March. So the whole year will reset all over again. Nothing came out of medical, nothing came out of business. I have cash. Better put this back to bank. So cash. I never have cash, but yeah. So someone paid me back, but 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I've got $1,100 in cash here. So actually I'll put this back here, but I'll go get it later. I'll put that back in bank. Groceries. My grocery spend was actually pretty good this month on account of not having 3 takeaways, right? So I gave myself $550 in cash plus my sister-in-law's Woolies gift card. But this month I have $85 remaining. So yay me. I'm off to a very, very expensive brunch in a few days. So, I mean, it's more expensive than that. It's like $100-something. So I'm just going to leave this in here. Splurge. Actually, nothing came out of splurge this month. I was too busy to, spend any money. Plus, I am very, very, very seriously thinking about taking up mum and dad's suggestion. My mum has been saying to me, like, seriously, for the last probably 6 months, that I should consider coming back home to live for a year, at least, and renting my place out. She was like, well, because the mortgage is high. Yeah, my mortgage is high, but it's manageable, right? It's on my single income. But my apartment, or my 1-bedroom apartment, would rent out for anywhere between $700 to $780 a week, right? So at the highest, $780 a week, right, is $40,000. And that would basically cover the mortgage for a year. And plus, because when you go home, you don't have to pay things like electricity, because my parents have solar. And, there wouldn't have to be internet and all that stuff because it's already there. Plus economies of scale with food and everything else. I mean, I could save $40,000 a year, right? So not only would my mortgage basically be covered by rent, but, everything else I wouldn't need to pay for. I am thinking about it because, an extra $40,000 back in my pocket, just in pure savings, would be magnificent, right? I don't know. I kind of don't want to go home. Like, I get along with my family very, very well, but, I'm used to peace and quiet, right? So, plus I'm in my 30s now, so I think there's a different dynamic when you go home to live again when you're in your 30s, right? But man, $40,000 a year. And, I get it. Sydney is very, very expensive, right? Because looking at every other city in Australia, like, I don't think you guys are thinking, oh, $780 a week for rent. That seems reasonable, right? I mean, to most Sydney-siders, you'd probably find that ridiculous too. But if you got a working couple, right, $780 a week, easy, right? In my building, a 2-bedroom apartment rents for more than $1,000 a week, right? I had a look on Domain and online as well, realestate.com.au. My building, like the 2-bedroom apartments, are renting for $1,080 to $1,200 a week. And a 3-bedroom apartment is renting for $1,500 a week, right? So that's kind of where the rental market is right now. And, obviously if you buy in Sydney, right, I bought for more than, after you add on stamp duty at the time, I paid more than $750,000, right? And I think if you take your $750,000 anywhere else in Australia, you'd be able to get a lot more than what I have, right? So, in Sydney, you just, quite frankly, need to be earning a lot of money just to have the basics. Like, I don't have anything crazy. I have a 1-bedroom apartment. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. But I just filmed a pantry tour and you don't get a lot of space, right? I've got 61 square meters. So per square meter, right? That's insane. In fact, that costs more than it does in New York City. It costs more than per square meter, per square foot than it does in London. Yes, could I go further out west? Yeah, of course I could. But, I've got to run my business. I'm close to my parents, like very close. I'm 6 kilometers away from them. And my friends. And all of my friends, I already live the furthest out from the Sydney CBD. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not that far away. Plus, I have the best transport links, so it only takes me 20 to 30 minutes to get into the city, like door to door. But yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about what my next steps are, right? Because ideally I really would love to get a 2-bedroom apartment, right? Because that way I could have a dedicated office space. And my mortgage isn't large by Sydney standards, and it's manageable. Yes, I complain about it, but, I'm not treading water or anything. I still manage to save a bit, and I am mostly putting a lot of money into salary sacrificing into my super just to push it up a bit. And I do manage to put away money in savings every month. My emergency fund is at $15,000. But, good God, 40 grand, right? For a year, just to suck that up, living at home with mum and dad, losing a bit of privacy. That being said, I don't get that much privacy in my building, right? People thought I was dead this week because they didn't see me. And the boomers, oh my God, the boomers, they know. They're like creepy Santa. They know when you're here. They know when you're sleeping. They know when you're awake. They know if you've gone out to work, wearing some new clothes that they don't really like. I'm very tempted by the money. Anyway, we'll see. We will see. Where was I up to? Didn't spend money in splurge, but I spent all of my money in home, didn't I? So my stud finder and all of that fun stuff. So I started the month with $195. I spent it all and it's empty. Family. What did I buy? Toilet paper, and I bought my sibling, I think, 2 bags of chips. So I started the month with $200 and I'm ending with $170. $150, $170. Again, moving home, economies of scale, right? My mum is really laying it on thick. She's like, I will cook for you. I'll clean for you. Oh, don't you hate cooking and doing your laundry? Which, she knows my sore points. I hate doing those 2 things. And Dad is like, ooh, she's bringing out the big guns. Dad is like, no, don't listen to your mum, but you probably should come home. I don't know. Like, there's just a lot of life admin that I really hate doing Like, I really don't like cooking. I know. I really, really don't like doing my laundry. Like, which is why I do my laundry every 10 to 14 days. Like, like last resort. I'm saving the environment, yeah. Saving water, saving electricity. I don't know. And also just finding time to do groceries, right? You got to squeeze it in. I'm tempted. I'm not seriously thinking about it, but, the temptation becomes stronger every single time that I think about, got to do some adult life administration. Gifts and hosting, $30 is coming out. So I started with $130, $30 coming out. I still have $100. Girls' night actually got delayed and pushed back. We're doing it, I think, next week. So, yeah. I think, was it Vicky? Yeah, she left me a comment saying I was hoping to hear some gossip. Oh, I mean, there's been quite a lot of gossip in my building. I'm just waiting for the chips to fall where they are, and things are in motion. Nothing came out of overspending. And, I better scratch. This is from Planning for Reality. So I'm going to scratch March so I know how much to stuff. So $10, which is great. So, I'll work that into the budget for next month. Because I'm self-employed, I take my monthly income from the month before and stuff it the following month. So $10, I'll find that out of somewhere for the buffer. Bank rollover, just rolling over the excess dollars and cents. I have $19.18, which will be redistributed in March. So that's been my spending. I don't know. Money's not that tight at the moment. Yes, I mean, could things be a little bit easier? Yes. But, I don't know. I don't know what to do. If you've got comments, suggestions, leave them in the comments below. I don't know, 40 grand, right? I mean, it's nothing to sniff at. And, if you're watching this and, so a lot of, I think, people on YouTube are parents, right? They've got young kids or they've got teenagers. And as we all know, the housing market in Australia is quite cooked. A lot of people talk about the bank of mum and dad. And, if you're unable to financially support your children to help them with a house deposit or something, just letting them stay at home is an easy, way to contribute as the bank of mum and dad, right? I show you my bills, right? And I'm single and, that's one person taking on the whole thing, right? Whereas if you are a 2-income household, right, your internet bill immediately gets halved, right? Your water bill, if you own, like I said, is mostly sewage. I think, was it $185, $88? Sometimes it'll go up to $195, right? For the quarter. Most of it, $160, $170 of that is my fixed stormwater and sewage charges, right? And honestly, my usage is between $20 and $40. So if you just add on a secondary person to that water bill, right, it only increases by $20 to $40. So, if your adult children rent, go outside to rent, the rental market is insane right now, right? You're not finding a 2-bedroom apartment in my region, my area, for under 900 a week, right? It's just not happening, and it's probably going to be really old. I live in a new build, obviously with facilities, and very, very, very close to amenities, public transport and shops. So, there is a premium charge on it. But, if you live somewhere in like a suburbia even, right, your rental market, you're not going to find like a 1-bedroom for anything lower than, $550, $600 a week. So that's what renting is like at the moment. And obviously the mortgage for everyone is very, very high. Oh, I don't know. I need to stop rambling. But I am going to consider this in the months moving forward. I hope you've all been well, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.